Right, everyone, welcome to Le Mans Ultimate. New patch. Well, it's not a new, it's more than a patch, I think. It's an update. Version 1.2. We're going to try it out here on stream. And that includes Paul Ricard. It includes a new LMP3 and a load of other changes, including, I think, maybe like an engineer mode, other improvements to online. So we're going to go into it because I haven't done Le Mans Ultimate for a while. So this is going to be like a reintroduction to me to LMU. The last times I was driving it, I was quite enjoying the GT3s. So let's see if it's going to work. Yeah, this is a press preview code. This isn't paid. This isn't sponsored. It's just a press access code to what's coming out tomorrow. Okay, so I think we should get out of the online to start with. And in fact, I think on this preview build, when we do online, I have to enter it a different way. But let's do race weekend. Let's see how this is going to work. Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to a Le Mans Ultimate stream, or Le Mans Ultimate, some people call it. We'll go on to Paul Ricard. Paul Ricard actually not my favourite circuit. Paul Ricard is one of my least favourite circuits. I'll be honest with you. This last bit here, like, ugh. I feel like also it should go onto the straight here, because I feel like that would be a good place to go onto the straight. But then you have this other bit. So this last sector I don't really like. This is quite fun. That's quite fun. That's quite fun. It's the last sector for me anyway. Okay, so there's a new LMP3, which is the Ginetta. So it's this one. So that's the Ligier. But we'll try the new Ginetta one here. Welcome, Flatcat. Good to see you. Gaza, John, Obby, Buckle as well. Yeah, you're going to get your LMP3 here. Let's do a practice qualifier race. Let's see how it is. Just do a short race. I don't know why there wouldn't be any more Let's do P3s and LMGT3. Advanced options. Can't remember what settings I normally have these on. But anyway, we'll go with it like that. 96%. I'll just bump it slightly because I haven't driven for a while. I was hoping to get more cars on track than 21. I can't remember how you do that though. Is it difficulty, sessions, advanced? Okay. I was hoping to get more cars on track. Welcome King Bling, welcome GBP. Welcome A-Man as well, Tristan. What wheel am I using? I'll be using the Asher Artura Ultimate wheel here on the Simuku 2 Pro, which reminds me I need to bind all this because this has all changed since last time I did it. King Bling still waiting in your box. Oh my goodness, which box is it? Which box? What's in the box? What are you missing? Is it the Prime Light? Is it the same one I'm using here? Is it the seat? Okay, so Paul Ricard. I'll have to change the audio mix as well, probably a little bit, and we'll bind this. I'll open SimHub as well. Let me get SimHub open. Oh, proper PC racing today. Look at me with SimHub. The long poles are the ones down the side. You can't do much without that. That's the first thing you do is you build the you could build the wheel if you wanted to. You could build the wheel the steering rack thing. So this is so annoying on like SimHub. It detects Project Motor Racing, but I want to be on Le Mans Ultimate, so now I've got to detect Le Mans Ultimate. Okay, so now it says waiting for game. I've got a red thing, fix it automatically. Oh, make sure Le Mans Ultimate is closed before anything. So look how long it takes to load in LMU. It's always been one of those. So my telemetry is not configured, but Frankly, who cares? Okay, here we go then. This is first drive of the. Ooh, let's do the proper stuff. So controls, steer left. That's pretty important. Throttle's probably still the active pedals. Shift down, shift up. Change driving camera. The MFD stuff we'll leave for the moment. That's interesting that I can't do traction control on my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 thing. Alright. Do up, down for TC. And we'll do ABS. Not even sure these have ABS, do they? Like that. Gameplay. Camera. Then not just change cameras? Yeah. Interaction. Calibrate. Hopefully it's okay. Force feedback is 100%. Let's see how that goes. Because LMU can be quite intense. Let's see. Oh, and it's also inverted because on the Moser you have to invert it. So here you have to uninvert it. So much fun. Or maybe the other way around. There we go. Did I just hit the instant replay button? Welcome, Patrick. Definitely. So what has their support been on that? What has their support been, King Bling? LMP has no ABS. Okay. Illis says it's an enjoyable game. Best force feedback and feeling when we ever played. It's very like grainy, isn't it? Oh, Rui Andrade. Did anyone else also crash coming out the pits, like always? Right, it seems to be running very smoothly, I have to say. Anyone seen my interview with Rui Andrade? So I don't know if I have my limiter on or off. I should probably have mapped my pit limiter. Oh. Oh, there was automatic limiter, I think. How's the sound, by the way? Is it good? I'll tell you what, this is running very smoothly. My field of view, though, is all messed up. Right, I'll tell you that for free. This is all zoomed in. But this is running very smoothly. I'm running it at 1440p. You might have seen the settings at the beginning. Let me just map something to field of view. Camera. Here we go. Increase, decrease, forward, backwards. Luckily there's so many buttons on this Asher. That feels a bit better to me. What do we think about that, chat? Why were we so zoomed in before? Oh my god. Reset. Just not quite still there with the field of view. What do we think? We happy with that? Anyone from the field of view police? Okay, so new LMP3 at Paul Riccardi. Paul Riccardi? Paul Ricard. Let's see what it's about. I've said the game is running very smoothly. I've been playing Le Mans Ultimate on a different PC, on a 4060 Ti, now a 5070 Ti. This is the first time in a long time playing on the 4090, and it's running extremely smoothly. You'll have to excuse my terrible driving at Paul Ricard at the beginning, because I haven't driven it in a long time. I'm also not a fan of the aesthetics of Paul Ricard. Like, with all these lines and everything. Oh my god. I'm basically just causing a lot of yellow flags. This is what it looks like. Hood cam all the way. Yeah, that was the slowest crash in history. Well, if you think maybe bonnet cam to start with. Where do I brake for this chicane? Oh. Yeah, I'm extremely impressed by the performance. My hunch is that this is going to look really good in VR. I mean, I've had some great Le Mans Ultimate VR experiences. I actually need the track map zoomed out a bit so I can kind of see what's coming up and when. This is what practice is for. This is a much better experience than when Le Mans Ultimate came out at launch. I think Le Mans Ultimate at launch, in my view, was very rough, but it was early access. How much was Le Mans Ultimate? How much did I pay for it? Was it £34? Dollars? Oh, it's too. This is a very tight exit, isn't it? There. Ah. All right. What's our lap to beat? We think about the anti-cheat. So I saw there it wouldn't let me even go into online because it knew anti-cheat wasn't enabled. So I'm getting a lot of downshift protection because I'm probably doing silly things. I haven't done too much Le Mans Ultimate online, so I don't know whether there's been cheats or not. It's never been something I've worried about in iRacing. I don't know iRacing's anti-cheat thing. I know that when I play, oh god, when I play Battlefield and stuff like that, they've all got the anti-cheat. So maybe they're getting ahead of something. I feel like ACC's had some accusations of cheating. People looking at Motec data and stuff like that. But this feels very, very, very smooth. I'm really liking this. It's a very smooth driving experience. Obviously, we need to get better. Where are we going to brake here? The curbs feel nice. Ah. We need to find a LMP3 AI car. Oh, that's not flat then. No, I probably should be all the way out here, shouldn't I? And then coming in like this. And same here, I'm guessing. So here I want to be all the way out here, right? And then do I want to be hitting that bollard because it's tight? Okay. Doing a Lando Norris line over the track limits there. Curious about the new tyre model. Am I driving G3 or LMH? I'm driving the new LMP3. What do you guys think about the anti-cheat? There'll be a lot of people in the chat who are way more experienced at LMU than I am. So where do I always crash? Is it here? Is it here I crash? Oh my god. Oh, blue flag. Okay, so we've got an LMP3 behind us. I don't think I've mapped it back yet. I slid and caught it, yeah. iRacing Impossible Challenge. Ah, oh, damn it. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I was just getting out of the way. Blue flags. Blue flags. Oh, that feels very smooth. I'm really impressed with how the game's running. This is a big step up from the previous times I've been playing Le Mans Ultimate on this PC. Granted, I've been doing a lot of VR, but this just feels, I don't know if it's stuff like frame pacing and things as well, but it just feels like very smooth, very like buttery, and just it's a pleasure to be in it. Sometimes iRacing, even now I'm running, and this is locked to 60. I've locked this to 60 on this display because I'm streaming at 60, so there's no point me really using that headroom because I want to record this as well. Hopefully the stream's going okay, by the way. Ah, no. We're not pitting. A hint of a lockup from the AI car. Oh, no. Welcome, Frankens. I'm not a fan of this kind of software. Yeah. Is it maybe... Oh, there we go. Is it maybe that the anti-cheat people want to show it off or something? Stream is good, very nice. I don't know why it does that swing.
Times 2:30.0.
Maybe it just does it the first time. I mean, the LMP... I don't really drive LMP3s in iRacing. I've driven LMP2s quite a lot. LMP2s on iRacing just feel like absolute rocket ships on rails. Almost, I would say, arcadey. This circuit, man. Combination of this circuit and my terrible driving. Slightly uphill, seems. See if we can get like a quasi-representative lap time. Where's my mirror? I don't know. I'll have to enable it. So this is where we slid previously. Oh, look at that line the AI's done. I'm way too early there. Oh. See, I'm not sure whether that's realistic. I'm not sure whether it's realistic that I don't spin out there. Because obviously we all know that in iRacing I would spin out. Whereas here it seems to be that once I lost control there, I just kind of slid laterally. I didn't have any more rotation. I just went out like that. So I don't know whether that's realistic or not. This is Paul Ricard. This is a new circuit. It's at 2:04 lap times to beat. Track limits police are onto me. I have no idea how to do that quickly. I will take this to Silverstone as well. Oh no. I think, you know what, I think let's just be ambitious. Let's go straight into the race. Let's turn on this virtual mirror. Mirrors. Where is the virtual mirror? Also, let me go into Sim Hub and just do the fix it automatically. Please make sure Le Mans Ultimate is closed. Oh gosh. You can now use Le Mans Ultimate. Probably I shouldn't have done that, but anyway. And let me just map the look back and stuff. Look behind, look right. Okay. And let me just map pit limiter. Speed limiter. Oh, I've got to map the headlights as well. For sure. Okay. Okay, right. Let's try the race, because maybe we can follow some people. I'm going to check the physics later. Yeah, we'll try some tracks we know. Okay, let's see what happens in this race.
Teams and drivers, go to the grid for a race start.
Oh, it's raining now. My wiper's on. I didn't map wiper. We're all on medium tyres anyway. Where are we? It's completely different. I don't even know I don't have my bearings at all, like where we are. Okay, cool. That's the pit building. My dreams of being a dentist. Yeah, let's see if we can learn Paul Ricard quicker by following these cars. Oh my god.
Green flag, green flag.
Nothing like a start, is there? Oh, it's a McDonald's car. Is that, what's his name? Sean Galeo. Oh, no, that's Rui. Is that Rui? Rui's KFC, isn't he? GT3's a nibbling. This force feedback is very different to when LMU came out for me. It was much grainy when it came out. It needs to be dampened now. Obviously, I'm not messing around with the settings, but I can see why people like this. It's a much more intuitive force feedback than iRacing, I would say. My engineer's saying time to consider wet tyres. Oh! Ooh! Ah! Touched my nerve that I think I hurt when I did Project Motor Racing. I saw spots. It's a shame, I was quite enjoying that. Three illegal passes. Oh, everyone's steamed in. Everyone's steamed in. Okay, well I guess we stay out then. I guess we're committed. I always seem to struggle with, like, same with the bus stop. Like, those big changes of the direction, that's hairpins. Well, now I was hoping to follow people, but now I can't. Oh, I'm the top. Oh, this was maybe. This could have been the wrong decision. Let's be honest. Looks like a G7 in this view. Does a bit. There's no Michelin anymore. G7. G7 goes through sponsors like crazy. Like, look at the amount of lock I'm putting on. I know it's. This is. If I was karting in the wet on slick tires, I wouldn't be putting this amount of lock on. I really think when, because remember Project Motor Racing, they had to patch out the force feedback issue for day one, but I was playing on that press version, and I really do think it, I really do think I got an injury from it. It's a dangerous job. Let's go again. This is a new 1.2, yeah, early access, or basically press access. Right, let's give it one more go. I like just rolling it in neutral. I've always liked that in LMU, just like rolling it, and then feel like you're saving a bit of fuel or something. So is my steering rotation... Ooh! Is my steering rotation correct? Yes, I think it is. Yes, it is correct. But then it's so difficult to go around these corners. Right. See if we can keep up. And obviously you have to box for wet tyres, right? I don't have all that stuff mapped.
Green flag, green flag.
I guess there's no virtual energy thing in ELMS, right? So I'm probably massively overfueled. But in the WEC stuff, you can kind of see the virtual energy. I assume LMP3 on low downforce. Let's see. One thing that's broken if you're on the higher class. I think you always needed to do a practice session, because that really annoyed me, because at launch I wanted to just do like big multi-class races and it would put you in like the wrong class, but then the fix was you just needed to select a practice session and skip it, or a qualifying session and skip it, because I quite like starting from the back, which seems to be an issue in the new GT7 Power Pack. It could be the case that if you start from the back, the AI is like, oh, we're going to make this easier for you, and then you just end up like winning. Like, I can see the rain now. Let's dive into the pits and see what happens with all this MFD stuff. Wet tyres, please. 18 seconds of fuel. Turn your pit limiter on when the formation lap. Oh, is it a little bit of speed? Alright, weirdly didn't lose too much time. Suspicious. Is pit limiter still on? I'm guessing because it's yellow. Call me old-fashioned. Oh, it says on the steering wheel. But if I'm in this view, I want a big thing that says pit limiter on. Ooh. So a mix of GT3s and P3s now. Christina Aguilera ahead of us. Look at the graphics on that car. With the rain. Oh, the thing I'm finding frustrating at the moment is like the amount of the lock I need to put on around slow speed corners and how heavy the force feedback is there. Whoa. Auto pit gives you a bit of a weight penalty. What, in terms of extra fuel? Oh, so did it pause the game? Did it in single player? Does it pause the game? Oh, I like that. That's very nice. I like that a lot. So was the game paused, like genuinely paused? Because that's really cool. Because then you could take a natural break if you want to. Graphics are absolutely fantastic. Well, I definitely shouldn't be in first gear, surely. Oh my god. The amount of lock I had on there and then putting on the power, I think was always going to be bad news. So I don't know, I'm treating that like it's Sebring. I think it's a combination of, I think it's 90% me not knowing the track that well, but also 10% the force feedback being a little bit heavier at low speeds, which is making those low speed corners very frustrating. But we'll have a look at Silverstone where I know the circuit, and then we'll see what happens at like Village, for example, when I'm putting a lock on there. Interesting sound there. It's quite a progressive sound, not the same like screeching that you get like in Project Motor Racing, just like a screech. LMP3 is just Tellwell Drive. Do they have this POV and rank plate? Pretty sure, yeah. I'm quite liking this. Oh, look at the car there turned in, didn't quite bite. I'm quite liking the sights and sounds of this. Like it's very calming. It's really like soothing, I would say. You know, I'm not getting like a really high pitched tyre score every time. Oh mate, what a move. There's a nice softness to the graphics, which could be because I'm running at a 1440p, but it feels nicely kind of like diffused. Same for the environment, it just feels like very natural. Oh no, same again. Whoa! I don't know if that's because my oh, careful. I don't know if that's because my tyres are quite hot. It's interesting how on this default view it doesn't give you like very granular tyre temperatures. It gives you the graphic, which to me indicates that it might be a little bit more forgiving. Not like, oh, the tyre's at 97 degrees, therefore... Whoa! Okay, alright. Let's go to Silverstone. Let's try this car at Silverstone. But that was quite nice actually. I could see myself getting into that. It's a bit of a pain that it takes so long to load in. And that I can't just quickly change the weather condition, etc. So if I could quickly change it to if I could quickly change it to dry weather, I may have done that. And also, I don't know how to get more cars on circuit. I would quite like to get more cars on circuit. Right. It's a little bit. It's always been a little bit of a pain to like change the weather and stuff. Right, let's try this. Yeah, we'll definitely try new GT3 tyres. Let's just try a P3 at Silverstone. Spinning where you leave... See, this is what Project Motor Racing needed. Spinning when you leave the pits. Tyre walls are normally not used, so take it easy first few laps. That 100% Project Motor Racing needed something like that. And I said in all my videos, they need to explain to the player that cold tyres means you spin. Now, I'm on notice. So if I leave the pits and I just spin a lot, I've been warned, and that's my bad. I don't think Project Motor Racing informed the players enough. I think probably maybe the developers and the testers, they all knew that. Like maybe Ben Collins just knows that. But I think the vast majority of us need to be we need to understand what is the sim taking this. Is this a really important area for the sim or not? Lewis hadn't had a very hammer time this year. Yeah, let's see what happens next year though. Working beach gym, cruising the lives at work, dropping lights and love. Thank you very much. I'll change MFD. Okay. The chair is comfy. It's the not Initium. What's it called? GT Mega Inertia. Okay, let me just map MFD then. I can never quite work this out. Next MFD, previous MFD, up, down. Increment. Decrement. Is decrement a word? Right. Yeah, exactly. This is. I think what Project Motor Racing did. I think at the Sim Racing Expo, my hunch is that at the Sim Racing Expo, the tyres overheated too quickly. Hence my videos. I was like, this is very tyre sensitive. Blah blah blah. I don't think they got enough sophisticated feedback on that. I think they probably overcorrected for launch, so the tyres take a long time to heat up, to overheat, which meant people drive around cold. So it's a complete problem of their own making. Like I said in one of my videos, the whole thing with Project Motor Racing is just an absolute mess. From the way they did that, to the way it was reviewed, to the way it's been received, to how polarizing it is now. Yeah, limiter I've got on. Right, we're going to come out here at Cops. How's the stream looking, by the way? Is it looking good? I can't help feeling that I have to apply more steering angle in LMU, at least in this car. I don't blame the publisher for it. I've literally made a video at the Sim Racing Expo on 5 things they should improve for Project Motor Racing before launch that I think are possible. One of them was the engineer letting you know about your tyres. Other stuff was like the UI. I think all of those... Anyway. And they botched it. Botched it. Oh, whoa. All good on phone, very good. So I've just got a bad feeling about Village here. I just think it's going to be very heavy to turn the wheel for that left-hander coming up. Oh, they've got the new buildings there. I just have a feeling this corner is going to be very painful. Not that bad, actually. Not that bad. Oh, God. Oh, it was said all good, but it looks like it's it looks like it's struggling now. Get task manager up. What's struggling here? GPU's cool. Memory's cool. CPU's cool. Yeah, look again. Disk is good. Is it? It wasn't struggling before. Is it struggling now? What do we have on the old graphics? Oh, you can't change the graphics when you're in this menu. Let me pause the recording. Let's see if that helps. Let's see if this helps off the bat. If this helps, by the way, it shows that it's all a lot of stuff on streaming. Because basically, this is the other thing when it comes to like reviewing games. Like people review games on performance. I think it's a bit insane. Like it's very risky to make generalizations. For example, if it's running smoothly now, it's only because I turned recording off. Because that's the extra overhead I've got, and that's on the beastly computer. But it does seem to show that Silverstone maybe is a bit more intense than Paul Ricard. Maybe there's more track objects. Oh! See, I don't know whether that... Is the car okay? I got rid of bumper damage. I saw that on the mini-map. You know what? Let's just be bold. Let's go to the race. I think the practice went extremely smoothly. Something doesn't seem right. The stream should be hunting okay now. Stream should be.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Okay, I'm going to the grid for the race start. What's my TC on? 6 now. No ABS. Oh, with FFB rotation. I'm 900 degrees in SimuCube. And it's 900 degrees here. But I would expect in the real car to be applying that much lock at slow corners. I just feel like the force feedback kind of ramps up there. And I wouldn't expect that to be the case necessarily. But we'll try in a GT3 because I'd be much more experienced in a GT3. Click use steering wheel from rotation from vehicle. Let's try it. Alright, let's see if that improves it.
Green flag, green flag.
Whoa. That feels definitely a lot tighter, like how I like it. Yeah, that feels very different. Like now I'm pushing the wheel and yeah, this is completely different. This explains everything at Paul Ricard. Let's see what it's like in the slow speeds. Why I'm in the Ginetta. This is a new car, so I thought we'd try out the new car. I don't really know too much about LMP3s. It's not. I don't really have much interest in it, to be honest, but it's cool to try out a new car. Oh yeah, that's much better. That's much better. They've cut some of the dev team. How do you know? Is that news? That come from Has that come from where's that come from? Right, let's have a look then at this left-hander. Oh, look at the AI there. Ooh, can we slot in here? Oh yeah, that's much better. I'm happy I was able to diagnose the problem, and then chat, you were able to fix it with the diagnosis. That's pretty cool. Traction. Traction is still owned by Le Mans Ultimate. I can't remember. Whoa! Like I said, you know, I was talking about it before I heard that news in the stream. There were so many avoidable things, I think, and I gave the best good faith input I could possibly give from 1 hour at the Sim Racing Expo, and I genuinely think if that had been implemented, it would have made a significant difference in the reception to the game. Like, so many people, if you don't understand that it's a massively tyre sensitive game, you are going to think it's the worst game ever. If you are told by them, and they've never told me this, by the way. They've never ever told me this, but I just know it to be true of my own investigation. It is a very tyre sensitive game, and then I can be like, okay, well, the tyres need to warm up. Let's have a look at other aspects of the game that we can look at them on their own merits and not be clouded like, oh, the handling's really bad because I keep spinning a lot. It's like, well, the handling, I'm spinning a lot at the beginning because the tyres are at the Sim Racing Expo too hot, or afterwards too cold. So let's get them in the window and then let's look at the handling. Okay, some of these GT3 cars just feel really dead. And that's not on cold tyres or hot tyres, just feel dead. The AI in multi-class is broken because the hypercars don't overtake the GT3s as they should. Like, That's so much fun coming in here. I have to say, I love that. Absolutely love that. Right, we're back. What a pain. Basically, the game crashed, but the force feedback was still going, and the sounds were still going. The engine sounds were still going, but the whole PC crashed. I couldn't get it. So everything went black. Everything crashed. So I had to hard reset the PC, and then the PC needed to recover itself, which was a pain. And then the PC said it couldn't recover itself. Try again in half an hour, which is really weird. I don't know what it is, but it only seems to be Le Mans Ultimate that this happens to me on. I don't get this on iRacing at all, but let's try again. It's annoying because the consequences of that happening are very severe. Not in terms of the stream, for my PC, it's a hard crash like that. It's really annoying. But let's try and do this race at Silverstone. And we'll go into GT3s. And I don't know why it does that. The thing that I would say puts me off, or I'm suspicious about, is that it's been a known bug for a long time that the force feedback in LMU just turns off, and you have to map the force feedback reset button. I've had no other sim where that's ever happened. I've had no other sim where it crashes like this, but maybe it's a 1 in 1,000 thing, and it won't happen again. See. Any further thoughts on PMI? I haven't seen it, but what I was saying was, I think they should have totally explained the game better. Right. Oh, let me get a SimHub work. I should have done SimHub properly. Yours crashed the other day with a memory issue. I have a funny feeling that Le Mans Ultimate is just a bit more unstable than other sims. Now, but that's anecdotal to me, and that's why I asked in the chat: does anyone else have issues? Okay, so Le Mans Ultimate. Now my dashboard is working. Let's go to the Bosch. Let's go to the Bosch one.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Loud, wasn't it? Okay, now my wheel's working. That's good. But you know, that's PC. Well, I don't know if it is PC gaming, because like Battlefield's never crashed like that for me. Other PC sims, but this feels like there's a lot of intense stuff going. Yeah, we'll get onto GT3s for sure, because I prefer driving GT3s, but this is a new car, so I want to see what it's like. You can see here, I think it hasn't done clear day, so I wonder if it's going to default to raining as well. Do I have that setting on? See if it kept that on. Yeah, it's got it. Hopefully the stream's working okay, everyone. It's pretty cool that we could just resume the stream. I like that. Don't know how long we've been streaming for.
Green flag, green flag.
So if you keep is that the pit limiter speed? So if you keep the pit limiter, you just keep it pinned and release pit limiter. I can see how that would work. Oh, we want to go through MFD, don't we, to see tyre temps? Oh, there we go. Another thing that's really weird in Project Motor Racing is how the split, the relative split, only shows one car ahead of you, one car behind. It's really weird. Which is not very helpful in multi-class if you want to see like how far behind the next fastest car is. But again, the game, the tyre, they were massively overconfident in my opinion in their tyre model. They may well they could have the best tyre model in sim racing. Okay, it's possible. I don't know, it's possible, but they massively overestimated. They massively overestimated, for example, the likelihood that someone like me is going to drive that game and understand exactly what they're trying to do. So I don't, I might be playing Gran Turismo the day before, I might be playing iRacing or LMU. So there was just a hint of, I think, arrogance, either arrogance or just not understanding how to explain the game to people. And I actually think it would have been better for them to have done. They could have done marketing in a completely different way. They should have worked with people. Look at all those little lockups. They should have worked with people to do guides and explanations on the game. Like, I saw some crazy coverage of Project Motor Racing that was basically just trying to promote the game really weirdly and not really give any critical, either give any critical analysis of it or explain it. Just trying to say, hey, look, this game is really good. And it just never was going to be that sort of game. We'll see what happens with Rensport. Rensport have approached me. They want me to select a series of daily races, which I'm happy to do. It seems quite cool. I feel like Rensport is maybe a bit easier to recover because it doesn't need to achieve as much. It just needs to be a fun cross-play competition racer. Whereas I don't know where you go with Project Motor Racing, because it seems to me also that that game would be better as a deliberate simcade. Yeah, I don't get. Having spoken with the developers, they're nice, passionate people. I almost wonder if there was just too much freedom, actually. Rather than keeping it tight knit. It's like, what's the big feature of this game? Like back in the day, games used to have one big feature. Like Alien Isolation, the big feature was like, this alien is intelligent, it's going to hunt you down on a spaceship. Yes, there's a whole other game there, but that was the big feature, that was the core feature. And the game kind of, everything was tuned around that. Previous FIFA football games, there'd be like a standout feature like 360-degree dribbling or something, and like the game would work around that. So my studio is here, it's just falling apart. So here comes the rain now. If I was them, and they had a lot of stuff, they had like this true to track and all other buzzwords. For me, either they should have gone like, this is going to be the most in-depth tyre model ever, and therefore it demands respect. But then it's not every aspect of the game can be revolutionary. So because they were talking about all these other things, I don't think it was apparent to people that like the tyre sensitivity was going to be such a significant component. Whoa. Whoa. How does the game feel now? Oh, it feels nice. But as you can see, I'm driving, I'm chatting. This is a circuit that I know. So this is a very brother. Did he just knock me into neutral? Did he just knock me into neutral? What happened there? He hit me so hard. So I can see why people like Le Mans Ultimate, because it's just, this is a much more comfortable experience than iRacing. Like in iRacing, I wouldn't be this comfortable. And you know, there's pros and cons there. I wouldn't be that comfortable driving this car IRL. So I can totally see why people like Le Mans Ultimate. You game must and a guy called Jesse Reynolds actually saw test stuff. Yeah, like, oh my god. I do think with Project Motor Racing, it's like, let's try GT3s. I do think with Project Motor Racing, anyone who's watched every piece of content I've done on Project Motor Racing will have zero surprise about the game. And I'm very happy with that. I think some people are angry that I covered the game in a very fair way, because it's completely illogical for me to have spent so much time covering this game when I'm not sponsored or paid or anything. I just do it because I'm interested in racing games. Like, that's what I'm doing here. Right, what GT3 shall we do? Does it still apply to WEC GT3s? What GT3s do I have? Because I don't have all of them. I don't have the Ferrari. Ah. What do I have? I don't really have that many GT3s at all, to be honest. Let's drive the AMG. Press up and down shift will put you to neutral. Did it go into some protective mode or something? Yeah, I think I've got the free ones. Yeah, I do think, and I made a video on this again, probably before its time, but I did make a video comparing the price of Le Mans Ultimate with its Race Control Pro Plus tier. I was very curious when I saw there was a Race Control Pro Plus. I was immediately like, it's not just Pro, it's Pro Plus. What do you get here? Let me turn. Should I turn the light on? Oh, I can't quite. Technically, that's all Elgato stuff, but it just doesn't work. Theoretically, I should be able to control that from this little box here. I do have a button on this box. It does say lights. What does it do? It's done nothing. Oh, hang on. No, it's just a yellow triangle error message. Anyway, I did a video on Le Mans Ultimate Pro Plus, Race Control Pro Plus versus iRacing, and it's like, it's closer than you think. And that equation is only going to go more in the direction of LMU getting more expensive as they do more DLCs. But I think if people are enjoying it, it's not a problem. That was my point. Weaving is banned. Tell that to Yuki. Right, let's just go straight into race here. You try Pro Plus. Do you get all of our Factor 2 stuff as well in it? It makes me. I just find it funny that there's someone who's bought Race Control Pro because they want to pay more money, and they're like, "Yeah, I want to be pro," and they're like, "Yeah," telling them on the forums like, "Yeah, I've got Race Control Pro, mate. I'm not a part. You know, I'm a serious sim racer. I've got Race Control Pro," and then someone tells them, "You didn't get Pro Plus," like. All the serious people get Pro Plus. Why does the horizon feel like slanted here? Is it an optical illusion? Can I still do my field of view? I can. Oh my days, look at that field of view was... I don't understand this camera angle at all. Gattuso's ahead of us. I'll get my seat position.
Green flag. Green
Ah,
flag.
put the limiter on us. Imagine I got a pen as well to be. See, why the hypercar? Oh no, the hypercar's not behind us. Good. Whoa. Whoa. YOLO that one. It feels like I can feel more vertical movement than I remember in LMU. Still got that nice graininess. When you go through low speed, there's a nice grain to it that keeps me anyway in touch with the force feedback. Oh my god. It felt like I wasn't just going to spin there because I hit the gravel. Because that's different in other sims if you touch the gravel there. And I find LMU encourages me to like be in a neutral steer position and powering through, rather than trying to oversteer the car. This force feedback is probably a little bit too strong for me. It's also very... the force feedback is also, for me, very unnatural. But I can see what it's trying to do. I feel like it's trying to give me a lot of sensation through the wheel. Like I feel like I can feel the car bouncing a little bit through the wheel, which would be very unusual. Like that wouldn't be transmitted in a real car, but because I've got no motion and stuff here, it makes sense. So it's not a very linearly smooth force feedback. It seems to be that there's certain effects at certain times that are like prominent, but I get it. I wonder if it's like the answer to a lot of pro drivers say, oh, I can't do sim racing because there's not enough feeling. I wonder if this is like their answer to that. Yeah, it gives a lot of suspension feel, which is interesting because it's like a, it's not an optical illusion, but it's like an illusion because I'm feeling it through the wheel, but I can feel the suspension. So if you're a sim racing purist, you probably shouldn't like this. I imagine you can adjust all of that in settings, but then you need to be... There's an irony there, like, when people say, like, oh, it's all adjustment settings, but you need to be a wizard to adjust it. And if you're a wizard, you probably already understand what the force feedback's trying to do. It's the people that aren't wizards that need it to be adjusted, but they're not able to adjust it because they're not force feedback wizards. And therein lies, you know what I mean. Yeah, pack racing in LMU it just feels dynamic. It sounds good. The cars look good. Oh my god! Do that. See if we can handle the recording now. Restart this race. I feel like we could have a good race here. We drive a bit aggressive. I also want to just lower the force feedback slightly, just to give it more of a power steering feel. Just going to lower it like that, I think. Okay, let's see what that does. This is sim racing 40 minutes setting up. Yeah, I feel like if games want to do that, sim racing titles should allow you to have engineers. Like, they should incorporate it into the ecosystem of the game. And games don't do that. Games assume that everyone is both a driver and an engineer. Maybe some people just want to engineer, some people want to drive. But I think LMU in this update, they have added an engineer feature. I don't know how it works. It might be an online thing, but they've added something like that. Make sure you have lock horizon set. I think I'm okay with the visuals of it. I'm saying more like a lot of it comes with the steering wheel, which is quite immersive. It's not realistic, but I would say it's immersive. That sounds like it should be a contradiction, but let's see what it feels like now I've turned it down.
Green flag.
Now I've turned it down to 70%, because it might give a bit more power steering feel. The engineer works for driver swaps. Oh, okay, so is it basically like crew chief? Look how intense this is. Look at that radar. This is very, very, very good. That's pretty good around turn 1. Much better than ACC can handle that. Yeah, this turning down the force feedback here has really got me in a much nicer zone. It's just basically giving you more sensations than iRacing gives you. I feel iRacing could probably give you those sensations. Radar coming in clutch there. But I think it's a deliberate choice by iRacing to not give you those sensations, because iRacing gives you quite a clean feel. Getting that, for me, like hallmark LMU, like lightness in the corner with the GT3, which I quite like, because then you can play around with the throttle. Is there any overlay on LMU where you can see the force feedback? So I think it'd be fascinating to show it. Forza has a really good one, ironically. Whoa.
Lap 209.99.
Mustang sounds very good. It has an FFB indicator on the speed, yeah, but I kind of want to see like a bit more detail than that. I imagine we will be clipping sometimes. I'd be very surprised if we're not clipping. But you guys let me know. I'd rather see a force feedback trace, because the force feedback goes very light. Can you see there, like, how light the force feedback goes mid-corner? Heavy, heavy, heavy light. Tiny pedal. Whoa. Was that name of some software? Whoa. Very light there. That, to me, that's just a characteristic of LMU, which is quite enjoyable. We'll be clipping because I've turned it down in the Simicube, so I don't want to get injured. But I doubt we'll be clipping like a huge amount, like in terms of the amount of time we spend clipping should be very low. Yeah, we're not clipping through there. Where are those hypercars? I think what would be quite an interesting comparison is to see like how are the tyres compared to other sims. The AMG. Oh, it's, okay. That's good to know. Let's try the should we try the McLaren then as well? No penalty there going down to second, interestingly. Like it didn't seize the car up and stuff. Even though that's not a second gear corner. Oh, that would have been a cheeky one. That would have been a cheeky one. Is there space to go? Do you think he squeezed me out there? Do you think he squeezed me out? I didn't know about the McLaren. I thought the McLaren would be oversteering. Nice. Good AI. See that in the Project Motor Racing, that car would have been there on the exit, and that's what we had a debate about where I was like, maybe you want the AI to just kind of like make you feel like you're better than you are, unless you're running at 100%. That fought me on the way in. It could have easily stuck to its line on the way out, but it didn't. Wonder if we'll get the new Monza scan. Yeah, surely the McLaren would feel oversteering. Let's see. Oh, that was a bit clumsy, sorry brother. No hypercars.
Lap 2:00.88.
McLaren. Okay, let's jump in the McLaren. Does it go light mid corner or not? Look how these tyres are so nicely in the window, it feels. gets a very pleasant force feedback in LMU. Too light. Oh, it gets even lighter. See if we can get involved in that battle on the last lap. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Oh, hypercars, hypercars. Oh, they're not showing on my standings. That's interesting. Because I was treating the standings like a relative. Hypercars are in town now. For me, there's some very different force feedback models on the market now. iRacing, this, AC Evo all have very different force feedback to me. To be honest, the best thing is probably to try them all. That's so cool. It will never not be cool to like have a pair of hypercars chasing each other through like a field of GT3s. That's also racing each other. Yeah, I thought we'd keep the tyre thing up because I might compare with other sims. Welcome, everybody. Oh my goodness, what a move that is. What a move that is from the hypercar. They're not messing around. Go over the line, so it's about to get pretty crazy with the Aston and the Valkyrie and the Porsche and the BMW. Oh my god! How good is that? How good is that? That's so good. That's not Pepe Marti yet. So good, so good. Gran Turismo needs. Oh. Yeah, I think my advice to Lemon Ultimate would be if the career mode needs more time in the oven, give it more time in the oven, because we saw what happened with Project Motor Racing's career mode. Right, chat, they did say that they were going to do online races. Okay, I hope they're not just going to be at Paul Ricard. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open... I need to select a different build in Steam. So I need to quit this. And I'll select this different build. Play LMU and let's see what this is like. I haven't done LMU online for a very, very, very long time. I need some improvements. It's too powerful on the brakes. To me, that looked good, but that's multi-class, not really racing it. I mean, I like the thing is, so I review a lot of equipment, and I review it on various sims. I usually review stuff the most on iRacing because iRacing just works. I can adjust settings, I can go in and out. The thing for me, that crash we had with LMU was such a severe crash, right? It was such a severe crash that that's one of my main worries about LMU is like stability. Oh, hang on a second. Let me do this then. Resend. Maybe it's for a new thing. Let me verify. Ubisoft. It's cool, but spam? Does it go to spam? Maybe. Nothing in spam. I'm waiting for the verification. Welcome, Cyrus. Good to see you. Yeah, I want to get on Race Room Experience actually. I want to do the touring cars and stuff like that. I'm on Intel. I'm on Intel. On this PC, I'm on Intel. Normally, I've been running LMU on AMD. And to be fair, I've never had a catastrophic crash on AMD. So I am waiting for this verification email that has not come through. I've got two real sticks and 2 fake sticks. Still waiting for this. Been an interesting stream, hasn't it? I think with Evo, they really need to add the daily racing into the game. Even this is a bit of a pain. Well, this is more than a pain. I actually can't race because I'm waiting for the verification email. So if there's an issue with their email server, I can't race online. Likewise with Evo, and even with Rennsport, you need to log in with like an app. It's like insane. I am not getting this email. Search Le Mans. Nothing. Just download more RAM. But surely they're going. Well, that just is run stuff in the cloud, isn't it? Isn't that the answer now? I think all my PCs have 2 real sticks and 2 fake sticks. I should have just upgraded. I should have just, when RAM was cheap, upgraded the fake sticks to real sticks, right? If you cannot find the verification and have checked your spam folder, checking spam folder, refresh spam, nothing. I'll tell you what I get in my spam. A lot of the spam is really. I used to get interesting spam. That's just boring spam. Hi there. You might be out of time to launch a merch or fashion store in time for the holidays. Going into 2026 is definitely worth doing a drop. Data shows that a fast-growing creator like yourself averages a 20% income lift by doing just 2% more work over the course of a year. Can I send you more information? Sounds too good to be true. If it sounds too good to be true, that's why it's in spam. I'm going to hit resend verification again, just in case. Has anyone else had to re-verify recently? Come on. Oh. Oh. Okay, I didn't verify, but it's approved me. I didn't verify, but it's approved me. Okay, daily. Ah, it's Paul Ricard, man. Starts in 27 minutes. Bet they're all going to be Paul Ricard, aren't they? Would make sense. They're all Paul Ricard. 4:10. So the next one's at 4:10. Is that the right one? Become an online champion. But I don't have Race Control Pro. Racing private hosted. Nothing, but this is a press build, isn't it? Oh, I like this. That says GT3, but that's got a very interesting looking car. Isn't that the M2? I would quite like to do that. GT3 there, Bahrain. Oh, remote AI. How does that work? Is this a race against the AI or something? Right, who's in the daily race then? I'm so bad at Paul Ricard. So no one's in here. Hang on. What did they say? What did they say? There'll be daily race online every 45 minutes. Ah, for the new content. Ah, okay, they're doing special daily races for Paul Ricard. That makes sense. Okay. Race Control Pro enables practice servers and early registration for all next and upcoming races. So does that mean, can I practice? But it says I can join practice here. And I don't have Race Control Pro Plus. That's fine. That doesn't affect me. Let's join the practice and see what happens. Even some daily Race Control Pro sub. I don't understand. I don't understand this enough yet. But if there's a daily race and I can enter the practice, I'm all good. I'm very happy. Oh, it's Kappa. Isn't Kappa the dude from the Gran Turismo movie? Isn't it my co-star? There's two Kappas though. So do you have AI in these races? Does it fill the lobbies with AI? You don't need a sub to join dailies. But what's the thing about the practice thing? Our Kappa's going to be blowing past us here soon in the P3. Definitely feel the tyres are like more wobbly. Yeah, look how cold the tyres are. I probably would like to have a colour indicator still on the left, like an at a glance thing. Has motorsport always been so tyre dependent, or is it something they've done in more recent years to like, I don't know, equalise things? So is this dude an AI or are they real? They're weaving. Would an AI weave like that? I'm not sure. Very satisfying rumble over the curbs. to make more racing more entertaining. Thing is, I think in Formula 1 it would work if they showed in the they probably have a massive issue here because they've got the TPMS sensors, right? They can look at the tyre pressures and temps. They get all that. The FIA gets all that data. They could show it in the broadcast, and then you could have more of an intriguing thing about who's looking after their tyres better. But they probably can't show that because it will be too off-putting to like the more casual audience. So they've ended up in a situation where tyre management is absolutely critical in Formula 1, but they can't talk about it in the broadcast. Yeah, I wonder because I'm on the press build whether I'll be able to enter that. So I reckon in this press build they've done it so maybe bigger press organisations, because we're just basically a one-man band here. This press organisation, they could arrange some races and stuff. Welcome KH, how's the update? I haven't done LMU for quite a while. I didn't even do the last update with Silverstone. So it's kind of like for me like a refresh of LMU rather than like what's in this specific update. But the game with a massive caveat is running really smoothly for me. I like the force feedback, I like the handling of the cars. We did have a monster crash to desktop that just bricked my whole PC, genuinely bricked it. Which is a bit worrying, but other than that, the performance has been superb. So, oh, look at those tyre noises. See, because there's a lot of variety in the tyre squeal noises, it means that I can treat that differently. Whereas in other games where you have like a very monotonous tyre squeal noise for everything, you don't really know what the tyres are saying. Finally, a lap. I've heard there's been some studio changes at PMR.
That time was a 2:12.97.
And we spoke about it earlier in the stream about how I would have marketed that game completely differently. I would have taken this exact same game and I would have marketed it very differently, and I would have handheld players a lot more about what the game is trying to do and therefore how it should be approached. I wouldn't have left it up to players and influencers to have a stab in the dark at it. That's my view on it. How's my driving now, by the way, at Forward? I'm getting better. Laid off a bunch of stuff by sounds of it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've just found covering Project Motor Racing to be so toxic. Like, I've really been surprised, like how, I remember I've covered Gran Turismo a lot. I've covered Forza when it came out. I've done GT7 versus Forza stuff. I've never seen anything like Project Motor Racing. Because some people believe the hype, some people are very cynical against the hype, and it's how tornadoes form. It's like you have two polar opposites, absolutely nothing in the middle, and they just collide into each other. It's just very toxic. I would have enjoyed to cover Project Motor Racing more and, like, you know, understand the game a bit more and try and find some nice combinations in the game and things, but it's just too toxic, and like they're partly to blame with how they marketed it. I think some content creators partly to blame for like stoking it, and then there's people on all sides of the spectrum, either end of the spectrum as well, who like just want to believe their narrative. It's just like, it's been very messy. I think I've said this, but I have said it in videos. Oh no, I was enjoying Paul Ricard momentarily. So who's this Kappa dude? That can't be a real dude. Is Kappa a real person? Rumours are Giants might be dropping it to protect Farming Simulator. That's a big rumour. That's a big old rumour, that one. That's a huge rumour. I haven't seen this news. Project Motor Racing. Obviously, we'll cover it in the Sim Racing Expo. If it is Sim Racing Show, if it is legitimate. What a mess. What a mess. What an absolute mess. Okay, what's going on in this lobby? Welcome, Test the Pest. I think there were many talented people who worked in the game. There's many people at Giants who know what they're doing because the marketing of the game was very good. Was very can't say good. The marketing of the game was very pervasive, right? Like everyone knew about Project Motor Racing, so at some level the marketers had done what they needed to do. But I feel like there wasn't enough. There was maybe no one in there who views it from the perspective, for example, that I view it from, which is what is someone's experience going to be when they pick up and play this game and they're not a developer? And that's my perspective on it. Will I watch Live for Speed? I don't know. I don't know what that is, so I guess not. They announced they got to let some dev go, yeah. But I just feel like even Le Mans Ultimate had a very coherent vision of what it wants to be. So when it launched and it wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't good. It was clear what they needed to fix. And this is what I said about Project Motor Racing. It's not even clear what they should fix because they don't know what goal they're trying to achieve. Should they make the game more realistic on the tyre model or more hardcore on the tyre model? Should they dumb down the tyre model? They're two completely opposite directions. What's going on in my Discord? Normally I'm just getting racially abused in there, aren't I? So from the screenshots I get sent. Apex, the marketing of the game was not a true and accurate reflection of reality. Just a mess. I know Live for Speed. I know the sim Live for Speed, but I didn't know there's a movie or something. But like I said, with Project Motor Racing, I know, and we know, anyone who's been watching my content on it, if you've watched my content, you have had a very accurate representation of the game. You either will have not bought it, or you will have bought it and you will have known the reasons why. So I feel very proud. Can you just drive through the straight here? So it's just me and the cap dog. It's just me and the cap dog in this one. Should we switch to LMP3? How do we do that? Practice. When is this race starting? How do I quit this? So we switched to LMP3. Welcome, Catseat. But now I can't see Kappa. What? Remember, this is all press access build, so this is probably not representative of like how it actually works. How do I choose my car? Register. LMP3. Let's see what happens in this practice. This practice also loads a lot quicker than when we had the AI, which is very interesting. When people resort to ad hominem racism, you know they can't refute. Yeah, it happens. The strike rate in which that happens is extremely high. Let's say hello to Kappa. I'm chatting. I've just said hello. I'll see if there's a real person. Oh, he just joined the practice. Okay. I've just messaged him. Oh, trailer. Oh, okay. Send it in our Discords. Kappa, warming up those tyres. Are we slowing down? No. Okay. Kappa can do this thing. Oh, was someone in there? Was that me? Oh, it's me. It's me. So why does no one fancy it? Come on, everyone. So why has this one just got a remote AI? That can't be their name, right? Should we register? Let's see. Should we register? How long is this race? Weekly race. Oh, 35 minutes of Bahrain. That's quite a lot. Why is there so many? This is the press build, so maybe I might be misunderstanding it. This might be like their developer build or something. Essentially, LMU is a lot more polished than AC Evo. Well, the fact you can do this in LMU, where in Evo you have to go through a portal, 100%. This is more polished in my view. 100%. Okay. Let me try. Let me try another GT3 at Silverstone just so we can see that. Let's try this McLaren then. Oh, let's go in the Sean Gelael. We're going to go in the Sean Gelael machine. And please stop it just raining all the time at Silverstone. Ah, that's frustrating. I clicked the wrong combination of buttons there. In the Sean Gelael. It's raining. I swear there has to be a better way than this. Do I go back here now? Do I go back here? Yes. Okay. No many presses out there doing LMU. You mean not many people covering LMU? I don't understand how the press people, how do they pay their staff? How do they earn enough money? Who's paying them? How does it work? How does the whole thing work? How do the mechanics of it work? Oh, I've had a... Okay. For some reason I read Yorkshire. Imagine Silverstone being in Yorkshire. I need to go down to Silverstone more often. By the way, who would be up for a track day? I'm working on a real world track day. Quite exciting. Won't be at Silverstone because Silverstone's too expensive. Unless we get a big boy sponsor in there. Right, let's just skip all this and go straight to the race. Maybe it can handle. Can it handle the recording this time? Are you on LMU a lot, Simba? Is it your sim of choice at the
Teams
moment?
and drivers go to the teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Teams and drivers. Maybe Silverstone called up Project Motor Racing and said, "You need to pay us. You need to pay us to use Silverstone." Why does this feel so much lower down than the AMG, and I can like see through the bonnet? Oh, it's just a big old warming up lap. This is a huge warming up lap. Isn't there something you can press? Is it backspace? Isn't there something you can press to skip? What's the shortcut you press? Is it tab? No. It's not a full lap. But there is still a button you can press, right? I used to press a button all the time. I should have it mapped to the steering wheel. Let's go racing. How is the subscription model supposed to work on console? I don't know. I don't think LMU should concern itself with console, honestly. I think it should just go try and be the best.
Green flag.
Oh, for God's sake, man. Is it me, or were these car labels not on in these car labels weren't on in ELMS? Race Control Pro Plus. Whoa! Whoa! For me, this McLaren is a lot more fun to drive than the AMG. Like, this is nice. This is nice. This is right up my street. This is what I like. I like this a lot. The Beamer and the AMG. Space for one more, lads. Oh God. There was indeed not space for one more. We should restart anyway. Isn't there a button you press to skip formation lap? Use a proper angle in cockpit. This is a proper. It's allowed in the game, my friend. It's allowed in the game. Right, we're gonna try and win this. We'll try and win this and deal with all the hypercars. Oh, okay. You skip to this point. You can adjust seat height. Okay. I'm going to go a bit less ABS. I'm going to go a bit less TC. I'm going to go a bit more aggressive here. So the thing is, with the 1.2 thing, or version 1.2, for me personally, I'm not going to buy Paul Ricard and the LMP3, right? So it seems to me that maybe some of the updates they're doing generally are like... So it's quite an interesting monetization model because I'm not going to feel like I'm missing out if I don't have Paul Ricard. Why don't I use cockpit view? Because this is actually more what you feel like when you're driving a car like this. You have more peripheral vision. member only drive GT3s. Nice. So I quite like that as a DLC model because it means that I don't feel bad if I don't get the LMP3 and pull a card. But like if they were to release like, I don't know, what's the circuit I would like? Daytona, which would be weird in a WC game, but anyway. If they were to release Daytona, I'd be like, oh yeah, I definitely want to drive Daytona. Look at the Lexus springing up there. I love that. Look at the suspension on the Lexus. Look at it working. I swear the Ford looks a lot more... I'm inside the butt. Whoa. Front bumper damage. I was admiring the Lexus too much. Is that Bruno? Oh, it was Bruno Senna. Mr. Sousa. This is very nice. This is the best... for me, this is by far the best LMU it's ever been. But remember, I haven't played it recently. This is the first time I'm actually driving Silverstone in LMU. No! Oh, damn it. I really want to have a good race here. I really want to have a good race. I really want to have a good race. Oh, damn it. This update is more about the tyres. So what have they changed in the tyres? Because the last time I was really driving LMU, they said they were changing the tyres. So what are they changing now? What's the specific change they've done in the tyre model? I really hope this game doesn't crash again. Because if this game never crashes again for me, then... And it looks like the performance is better. This in VR, this experience in VR could be absolutely fantastic and will be better than GT7 in VR. Heats up much faster. Ah, okay. Well, I must be on tyre warmers here or something because I've come out of the pits before on 22 degrees. Now I'm on 80 degrees. You're too low. We are super low. Feels like driving a go-kart. This is what I see when I'm in a go-kart. Alright, this is the one. So what are we going to be doing on ABS? Let's go ABS low. Let's go TCS low. Oh, I'm out of position now. I'm madly out of position.
Green flag, green flag.
No pen though, we take it. Right, let's roll. Oh, this is 3 or 4 wide. Whew. Nice. You can see even the Mustang just like on its haunches a little bit. Excuse me. Hello. Round the outside of Stowe, round the outside of a few. Ah, ref. Whoa, is it yellow flag? It's yellow flag, it's yellow flag! It's the Peugeot! It's Paul di Resta! Where was I? I was behind Sousa. I was behind Sousa, wasn't I? Oh, Gattuso's just taken that. I love that bat, thank you very much. Oi! I don't understand the championship. I feel like daily races, they'll be at DeResta, right? I feel like the daily races would be enough for me. Let's follow DeResta through. Go on, mate. What are you doing? You're in a Peugeot. You've got lots of speed. More speed than these cars. Got more speed than the McLaren, given you're in a Peugeot. Round the outside at cops. Round the outside at cops. I've Verstappened it. That looks suspiciously like the rear. Ooh. Right, low downforce edition. Oh, there's not a lot of downforce here. Safe rejoin. Yeah, it was a safe rejoin from Paul DeResta, to be fair. This is light years ahead of Project Motor Racing. That was the one, yeah. Right, I might end it there. I don't know what sort of content I want to do with Project Motor Racing, with Le Mans Ultimate. I feel like the VR's good. Get a nice view here, the hypercars when they come through. Oh, look at this. What a view this is. Nice. Lower settings, prioritizing front. Okay. Yeah, I feel like the game handles very nicely. The performance with that caveat has been good as well. The new content for me personally, I don't really like Paul Ricard. And I don't personally really get the point of the LMP3, but I understand that if you're an ELMS fan, then that's going to be exciting. I'm not sure how many hardcore, pure ELMS fans there are. But it's nice extra content for the game. For me, it means that Silverstone has come, which is great, because I like Silverstone. Oh, so the TCS, so these, hang on. So you're saying these do something different? Ah. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not sure I like that. Anyway. But yeah, so I'll be doing a review, not a review really, but I'll be doing my thoughts on Evo. I'll be doing my thoughts on GT7 Spec 3 generally. I'll be doing my thoughts on Le Mans Ultimate. I will be doing Sim Racing Show. I have an interview with the person who made this wheel, Max Verstappen's wheel. And lots of other stuff coming as well, including on the Motorsport channel. So it's been fun to try this out. Thanks to LMU for sending over the code. We've just been able to see how it is off the cuff. And yeah, I think next video will probably be on AC Evo. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for joining everyone through all of the difficulties that we've had with the crash, but it's worked out in the end.